Hey yo everybody, welcome back to the ESL India Premiership 2018 Summer Seasons is Master League going on, brought to you by Omen by HP, Intel and HyperX, and presented to you by ESL India, aka ESL, and Nodwin Gaming. Now, the reason why we have abruptly come in between is because the server gods are not with us today. In fact, in this holy war, in this holy crusade between India and Pakistan, this is literally the match of CSGO, of, how would I say, summer season in the ESL India Premiership. So, Team Invictus versus Portal Esports. Now, we've been facing a lot of technical issues from so strong servers and a couple of players also dropping down left, right, center. So we decided let's inform you guys as and when this game ends. We'll bring you up to date with the score. But right now, considering that our DOTA peeps have been waiting for quite some time, so let's not make them wait.
They've been waiting from 3 days, their matches never start on time. Yeah, they've been all grumbling about it.
Don't weep.
No, I'm not. It's fine. It's great. It's
okay. Good. Okay. Oh my God. All right. So we're going to be coming down to the final game of the day, day 3 here of the ESL India Premiership 2018. DOTA 2. Now we have an interesting game between the Mangaloreans and the Bangladeshis. I'm talking about the Cullies, not Cullies. Cullies, who were earlier known as Knuckleheads, and we have them facing off against the Council from Bangladesh. One of my teams. When I say my teams, in fact, I know the players personally. In fact, pretty recently, one of their players has gone ahead to study Zunun.
Okay.
So that's why I think they made a roster change, and they've got a new player coming in. In fact, let's quickly put faces to this name. Let's start off with the first team, Cullies. Alright, that's Team Cullies, formerly known as Team Knuckleheads for you guys. Angie, you want to add on anything about this team?
Well, they've been part of the ESL India Premiership for quite a while, and in 2017 they had a pretty good run. And in 2018 they're looking to come back much stronger and see if they can perform even better than last year. Today they go up against a very interesting team from Bangladesh. Like you spoke, one of their players did leave the team. They had to go ahead and study. So they got a new player called Lost Rider. So very keen to see what face you're going to put up for that.
Let's quickly have a look at this team here. Team Council from Bangladesh. Okay, small correction, Zunun's brother. So, Zunun has an identical twin brother.
Oh my God, okay.
So, he's Len. Len is the guy, if I remember. Len has gone ahead and to go study.
Okay.
Zunun is here. Zunun is here. That was a genuine mistake. Both the brothers look same, man. How do I help it? It's just that Jin has now grown his hair, become a metalhead and stuff. Yeah. If the team is listening to me, then a huge shout out to Deaths.
Yes.
Deaths is a personal friend of mine. We have hung out quite often, and the man's a gem. The man's a gem.
Yeah.
He's trying to do for Bangladesh and DOTA what a lot of countries should look up to and emulate.
I'm very interested at the fact that this team was actively formed from 2014. So they have about 4 years of experience to their name, which is pretty brilliant. They also recently won the North-South University event that happened in Bangladesh. And for a country like Bangladesh to be even having DOTA 2 tournaments and for this team to go ahead and participate, I think it's a brilliant thing.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. Much appreciation meted out to this team. In fact, let's quickly head over to the next step we have. In this DOTA 2 game, we'll have the pick and ban phase.
Yes.
We will have that, and okay. Now, before we head off into the picks and the bans, let's quickly focus on the teams at hand. I have seen the council come here in the Challengers season of 20
17.
17.
Yes.
17.
They even won the Challenger Cup.
They won the Challenger 2 in
Yes.
Bengaluru, and they have given some really tough competition to the Indian teams whenever they have made their way here. In fact, I remember when they last came here in December.
Yes.
2017 for the Masters. That's when Risky Gaming won the Counter-Strike Global Offensive, and the Council could not win that time. The guys were sadly dejected, and Dets was like damn happy. He's like, okay, I don't know, man. Like, it's somebody has to lose. Sadly, it's got to be us, but
exactly,
it's a good way forward. In fact, now it's been brought to my notice that the draft is live, and I already see a couple of bans coming in. In fact, if I am not wrong, the council has gone ahead and banned Pangolia and Phoenix there, whereas Cullies have gone ahead and banned Visage. Yeah, that's Visage, Enchantress, and Chen. Now, Chen, because Zunun really loves playing Chen.
I was just thinking about that.
He's damn good at Chen. In fact, council has gone ahead and banned Razor there, and Cullies have gone ahead and picked Disruptor.
I mean, Disruptor, as of now, he is the best fifth role support there is in Dota 2. I mean, his upgrades have been brilliant. I would say Cullies would even opt to go with a Sand King to go with the Disruptor, because a recent update came out just yesterday on Dota 2, and Sand King did get a nerf. But there's a huge discussion on Sand King's nerfs don't really matter that much, because his Burrow Strike, his stuns are just brilliant. So even if you're talking about a long range stun, I think Sand King fares really well with the Disruptor. But for now, Council taking their time, going to pick up their carry first, opt to go for the Gyrocopter. Very fast opening for them with the carry pickup showcased so quickly. That also shows that they have a very strong mindset coming into this game. They know what picks they already want to work with. Council has always done that. They like to already have their draft in their head. They don't really care what the opponents pick that much. They like to stick to their strategies and their strengths. I'm hoping to see them mostly go with a Witch Doctor. The Witch Doctor is still open in the pool. They could opt to go for him. Very versatile in this patch. But a Rubik gets picked up over there at, as I think that's a fourth row Rubik coming in there. They're hoping that Cullies are going to go for a more AoE kind of lineup. Maybe pick up a Sand King and then mostly go into their mid. Cullies, they are from Bangalore. They are from a city that I belong to. So I'm hoping that they have a very good lineup coming into this game.
Very interesting indeed, because a Rubik pick means a lot of harassment coming in when it comes to team fights, because look at it, if you have a Disruptor there, Glimpse for that point of matter is a basic thing which you can go ahead and steal. In fact, there, Naga Siren's ultimate.
It's very surprising for me to see Cullies pick up a Naga Siren after seeing a Rubik, because the risk of having the Rubik steal a spell is stronger than taking a hero that could play the spell.
Yeah. I mean, there they have provided a good escape for the entire team.
Definitely.
It all requires a good opportune moment and a steal from a Rubik from Naga Siren's ultimate, and there you have it. Just run away, home run, indeed. And now we have a ban coming in from the council. They've gone ahead and banned Invoker, whereas Cullies are taking the time, waiting, hoping that maybe the next ban they pick is going to be worthwhile and worth the effort they're putting in.
I think they're going to go with something like a Spectre mostly. Cullies look like they want to take this game a little late. Naga, even if she's on the fourth role, it's a very risky pick to hold with. They ban off the Nature's Prophet for now, playing it safe. They don't really want a very strong push coming in there from Council. And where I'm looking at these two teams, and I'm pretty surprised with the first two pickups from both of them.
This in fact, Shadow Fiend has been banned by Council now.
One of your favorite characters.
I absolutely despise this hero.
I find him really interesting to kill because he's so squishy.
I can never. I don't know. I think it's a problem with the how maps go. Like everything's like to scale, like 1:200 or 1:1000. So the problem with Shadow Fiend and me is the fact that I can never gauge exactly how far do I need to use like his first three abilities.
No, it's a little tricky.
It's a weird thing.
A
couple of times I've got it right, but the other times I've been harassed by a lot of people in game. And Cullies have gone ahead and banned Sand King there.
Okay.
And now it's a council pick coming in.
I think council may go for the Winter or the Witch Doctor as their fifth role position. That would fit really well for them with the Rubik. They could also go for an offlane pickup first. The Dark Willow is still in the pool if they decide to go with that. The Beastmaster still available for their offlane. Timbersaw not been picked up much till now in the ESL India Premiership, but also a very good faring offlane against a Naga and a Disruptor. He could just go and take care of the supports at the back line. Meanwhile, Gyro can tank in the front. But,
indeed, but so while the council is pondering upon their pick there, couple of small announcements regarding yesterday's game. In fact, it was brought to my notice. Apparently, a lot of people were telling me it's a 2K MMR. It's a 2K MMR strategy to go ahead pick up a Skull Bash over Lifestealer. I'm presuming that everybody who's throwing shade at that remark has never played Dota or has never even seen 2K MMR, and they just directly dropped from the heavens of 6K MMR, because if they were, they would have been playing here and not just commenting upon it from a YouTube stream. So that's for you guys. And moving on, we have an Elder Titan coming in from the council there. They've gone ahead and picked up this mad man, and Cullies have gone ahead with the Viper there.
Elder Titan got an update just yesterday in DOTA, so I'm hoping that council is sticking to what the meta change has favored in heroes, and that is why they picked up the Elder Titan. They fared really well on the Elder Titan even last year. He's a great offlaner. He can withstand anything against him, but seeing Cullies pick up that Viper, it's mostly a Viper mid, and that's where council needs to be a little concerned, because if they do go for a hero like the DK, it's fine, but if they go for a Templar Assassin or a Storm, they're going to have a very hard time in the mid lane.
Indeed. So now the problem with Viper is a mid lane Viper is deadly, because A, it farms up fast, and then it's corrosive skin ability, and there we have an OD coming in. Now,
I thought about the OD, but OD doesn't really fare that well against a Viper.
This is a staple council hero, because apart from Chen, OD has been seen a lot of times in a lot of council games, and yeah, sure. I know for a fact that the council knows their way around with a good OD.
I think they even knew that council would pick up the OD, because a reply to that came with the Nyx Assassin.
Yeah.
So I see Cullies really understanding what their opponents are good at and playing to their strengths, also making sure that council is maybe at a lesser positive end. For now, we do see that the last two bans are for store. The council is still looking for their secondary support.
They've gone ahead and banned Void.
Void getting a ban there. Naga is going to be the 4th role. We have Disruptor on the 5th. Nyx Assassin mostly off lane, roaming. Viper, they are looking still for their carry, unless they're sending the Naga carry, which I highly doubt, because Naga leads quite a lot of farm too.
Indeed. I personally believe that a well-timed Rubik can overturn the tides of this game in the favor of the council, because if you look at it, if Void hadn't been banned, it would have been catastrophe. Void's ultimate, and then Disruptor's ultimate.
It's all.
Everything pooling in together to form the big bad, how would I say, Weapon X.
And to get out, they have the Naga song to just walk out in peace and be like, nothing really happened here. We're just walking
out. It's like, X gonna give it to you. It's gonna be like that. So sure, it's a good way ahead for council when they went ahead and banned Void there.
Cullies got to be a little careful with their final ban. They either could ban off the Winter, who could fare really well.
They've gone and banned Omni Knight, because they know they would need the HP.
And the Lifestealer comes in for them. Cullies little risky on the draft here. I mean, I do like their lineup, but it's a risk, because a Lifestealer is maybe an
ambitious.
An anti-mage could have fit in
That's a
better
very ambitious pick.
Yes.
Coming in from Cullies there, those 5 heroes: Disruptor, Naga, Viper, Nyx, and Lifestealer. Yes. Now, please go ahead, ladies and gentlemen, everybody watching us on YouTube, and say Lifestealer does not need a Skull Basher. Please, I'd love to have that chat with you.
It also kind of depends on what the player is comfortable making.
More than the player comfortable, it's what the situation demands.
Exactly.
In fact, I had a very interesting conversation with Manoj in the morning today. Manoj Super XL Gula.
Yes.
Damn good at Dota, and the fact that he mentioned to me that it's not wrong that you use a deadless. When I said that yesterday that you can use a deadless and a silencer, he explained to me why it is not a part of the meta, and predominantly what I could understand from the fact was it's just non-economical. Apart from that, even if you use a deadless on the Glaze of Wisdom, your pure damage is not going to get any effect, sure, but the other damage has a crit boost to it.
Yeah.
I saw a game where this man went ahead and had a Moonshard, an Orchid, and a Deadless, and he was wreaking havoc left, right, center.
It also
and
depends,
Hurricane Pike.
It also depends what role the Silencer is playing. Is he going
that
for
guy
mid?
was
Is he going
outrageously
for
carried.
support?
That guy was outrageously
so
carried.
So it also depends. Like if a Silencer is going in the fourth role, he's not really going to go into making Hurricane Pike. He's never going to make the money to kind of go
I believe the fact. I believe the fact that it had more to do with the fact that he. I know that fact that the Silencer. I know that fact that the Silencer did not want to rely on his teammates because a lot of times when you play Dota with people you do not know, nobody gives two damns about you.
That's true. That's true.
So maybe it's a good way to look out for yourself, because if you can add up with the Hurricane Pike and add up the crit damage, then on top of that you have the Intel Steel, and then you have a good attack speed by the Moonshard.
Yes.
So that's great. In fact, the last pick while we were having that discussion for Council was
the
Earth Spirit.
Yes.
Pretty interesting hero. I'm yet to master it.
I think Earth Spirit, I think Council is looking to finish this game in the first 25 minutes. They have picked up a lineup which kind of just storms ahead and finishes the game. They are going to take a lot of 2v1 fights, gank that middle lot, see to it that he's not going to get any farm. And once they're able to sustain that, they could just easily push it out with the Gyrocopter, who's got his flak cannon always ready to take down towers.
You think Gyro's going to be in mid?
No, I think Gyro is going to be going as the carry, and OD will go mid. We will have...
It'll be a good fight seeing Viper and
yeah,
OD.
so it's mostly going to be a Rubik in the 5th role. And last but not the least, I wanted to know from you, who are you putting your bets on?
Council. Any time of the day, I'll back my buddies over any other team. Not that Cullies are bad or anything.
Yeah.
It's just that I know the guys, I know the boys, I
think you know every team that plays with the ESL India Premiership.
Not really. I choose who to hang out with.
Yeah.
I meet everybody, but I choose who to hang out with.
Yeah.
Come on, that choice still remains
I
with
think
me.
I would go with Cullies because I do like their lineup. I think
and they're from Mangalore.
And they are from Mangalore.
And it's your hometown.
But I feel in this kind of draft, I feel they have not that much of an advantage. So I want to see how they kind of show that draft in the game and see how far they can come with that.
Alrighty then. So let's quickly head off into the game. I've been informed by the production that the CSGO score, the match between Invictus and Portal Esports, has now come to a deuce. It's a 15-15 there. It's happening off stream. We'll keep giving you updates as and when the game progresses. But right now, we need to address the elephant in the room, which is this amazing 5v5 MMORPG called... MMORPG, MOBA, in fact, for that one matter, MOBA called Dota 2. It's going to be casted by Vivek Venkatraman and Floki.
Yes.
Who are going to join hands together and become one. So that is Dota 2.
Hello folks and welcome back to the ESL India Premiership. You're watching the summer season phase 1 day 3 and we got the Council facing off versus Cullies here, a Bangladesh versus India matchup. We had a Pakistan versus India matchup earlier in the day as far as CSGO is concerned. Unfortunately, we had a couple of network issues and Cullies, they're going to draw first blood. My name is Vivek and Floki, how are things with you?
I was just watching what Jin was trying to do on his offlane Earth Spirit. I'm quite surprised by this pick, to say the least. I mean, offlane Earth Spirit, of all things, this is going back way too many metas, I think. This used to be a thing at one point?
Was it? I remember mid Earth Spirit was a thing. VR used to do it a bit. Secret liked to do it with VR, but that was when Earth Spirit... he
had just been introduced into Captain's mode.
And his abilities work differently as well. I played him a fair bit. I don't remember. The best part of Earth Spirit back then was that Boulder Smash had this ridiculously quick travel time. And you could just walk mid, throw a Boulder Smash at level 1 and pretty much secure a kill. Speaking of securing kills, both Animal as well as Lost Rider, they're trying to beat down on the offlane Nyx Assassin. But you can't beat it. He's going to be okay.
Yeah, sick impale by that, catching both of them. It's very important for Nyx Assassin to get these levels because he's the one who's going to be able to shut down and hunt the OD. He's the one who's going to be carrying the life sealer around to make sure that this OD doesn't have a good time, and that's really the only answer to OD. Viper doesn't do well against OD. Naga, not the best answer. You're probably looking and hoping that Disruptor catches the OD in Static Storm, but if you don't have that, Nyx is your go-to hero, so Nyx needs to do well.
Yeah. I mean, usually when teams pick up the OD, they sort of tend to ban out the Nyx. Slight oversight here on the side of the council. Remains to be seen whether this will be punished or not. But the offlane Earth Spirit, he's getting EXP at the very least. I mean, he's honestly doing better than support Earth Spirit. As a support Earth Spirit in this meta where Bounty Runes don't give you much EXP, you do struggle to find those levels. So Jin, he's going to come out of the laning stage with EXP at the very least. The question is that enough? Would the council have been better off just picking a conventional offlaner here?
I mean, he's looking for levels, but Asuna, he is on the tail of Chen in the bottom lane.
They've got him, and you can't roll out of the ensnare, but Asuna's actually
trying to walk away.
He's put his first point into ensnare. Jin has got the distance, but up top, Floki, the Nyx assassin ends up falling.
Well,
look at bottom as well. They've got the ensnare on Jin. Zeal doesn't have the glimpse. He's only level 1. Jin is going to be okay.
Yeah, this Nyx assassin, it's okay if he dies, but he needs to get these levels, man. He can die all he wants in this lane, but unless he doesn't get those, unless he gets those levels, he's not going to be having a good time in this game. Because if you look at the lineup of
I think this
council,
time Jin might end up falling. He gets the boulder smash.
Can he deny himself?
Body block him so he doesn't get the rolling boulder off. Heck, they've got the damage. The neutral creeps even chipping in.
Yeah, you're lucky that the Satyr didn't get the last hit. But I was talking about how the entire lineup of the council is really good against the Nyx assassin, because you have the Earth Spirit who silences and sort of disables Nyx, so he can't really follow through with Carapace and everything if you're quick. Rubik as well, he can just pick up the Nyx and toss him back while he's Carapaced up. Elder Titan, if he catches him out in the storm, that Nyx is not going to be doing anything in the team fight. So Nyx, he already has a hard game ahead of him. It's crucial that he finds these levels.
Yeah, Jin just moves into the trees and rolls out. I mean, I guess that's how he tries to leech EXP here. We did manage to catch the Cullies in action. Now, I'm not really sure how this works, but the CSGO team Invictus, I saw them have the Cullies logo, so it could be possible that they're the same organization. Either way, both of us were really impressed with Cullies, and the game they played was nefarious. Both teams played some excellent Dota. I think
Viper mid lane, OD.
Yeah, got that, the rolling boulder, the boulder smash, perfect. He's got the Fairy Fire, he's going to end up falling. Susmoy still holding his ground, does have the Astral. That's going to buy him a bit of time. The question is, can he and Jin turn this around? Asuna waiting, doesn't have the Riptide for a while. He's trying to man-fight Susmoy, who's getting mana with the Essence Aura, but he isn't getting any way to get out of this mid lane skirmish here. He's gonna end up falling. Jin might look for the turnaround and ends up finding it. It's a double kill for Jin, and further not the Rubik makes his way, tries to bring down the Disruptor, but won't be successful.
Jin slaughtered that Naga Siren, man. That boulder smash into rolling boulder was so crisp, so quick. Recognizing that Naga Siren's gonna take another hit from the tower. Oh boy. This is why teams fear Jin. It's just that he's so blessed mechanically. He can make the best out of a worse situation and get out safely like he does. So he's already finished up the urn. So despite being the offlane Earth Spirit, he's still going around the map, securing kills for his team, helping out his OD, who he knows doesn't have a good matchup against the Viper. The Viper, I mean, he tends to harass OD a lot, but come mid-game, once this OD has some farm, this Viper is not going to be tickling it's not going to be troubling the OD at all. So it's very important that this OD sort of gets pooped upon by the Viper. Early lane. Chin might be in some trouble in the bottom area here.
He's got the rolling boulder, but he's got to be careful. Zeal does have the glimpse. So... and that's it. They stop the rolling boulder. Jin is dead. Falling slowly makes his way forward. They're going to glimpse back the Earth Spirit into the trees. 9 seconds until he has the rolling boulder. He does have a boulder smash, and he's just going to TP out of there. Cullies. With nothing to cancel that TP. Asuna, I mean, he was in the vicinity. He was near the hard camp. He was, in fact, stacking the hard camp. And failed to be around to stop that TP. Jin even finds himself a regen rune.
So you can't beat another top lane pull. That's cute and cheeky play. He pulled his mid lane towards the strong
Razel, he's got the... I mean, he's got the Viper Strike, but Jin, once again, with the rolling boulder and the boulder smash, setting up for a kill. Asuna walks in, gets the Riptide off, but I'm not really sure this is the best thing he could have done. He gets controlled by the Storm. They're waiting for the cooldowns to come online. Jin still has a fair way to go before he has the boulder smash, and Animal walks under the tier 1 tower, takes a fair amount of damage from it and ends up falling. Zeal even chipping in for that kill. This time the rolling boulder off the mark, but with the urn, the boots and another urn charge if he needs it, he should be able to find Asuna. Asuna moves into the trees, works with the Fogger Wall, jukes Jin, and Jin leaves the mid lane with nothing really. I mean, besides the kill on the Viper, they didn't get too much out of that exchange. They didn't lose much either. It was only the Elder Titan that ended up falling.
Yeah, thankfully though, all this is creating space for the next assassin in the top lane, who is finding XP for the Cullies. I mean, it's forcing all these heroes like Elder Titan, Earth Spirit, and the Rubik to rotate mid and sort of deal with the OD and the Earth Spirit.
How's everybody looking as far as individual net worth is concerned? Viper's still doing a lot better than the OD.
Yeah, he's died, but he's doing quite well, and he can cement his lead right now if he gets a rotation or two at this point, because OD is weakest in his first 10 minutes. You screw his first 10 minutes up, he's gonna have a hard time coming back. He doesn't get enough XP, he's just gonna be irrelevant for the rest of the game. That's how the hero is. You need to stay ahead, you need to have a good lane matchup as an OD to have an impact on a game, and he is finding some levels, but could certainly be doing better. And Ryzel could certainly be using some help to shut the OD down completely.
Yeah.
You Can't Beat It in the top lane has already hit level 5, is getting closer and closer to level 6, and once he does, this OD is going to be in a world of trouble. Bottom lane?
Yeah, down bottom, a lot of movements coming up from the council. They've got the homing missile. Dex moves over to the bottom lane, but just moves over to farm. Leaves the safe lane to the Rubik, who's trying to get levels himself. The problem is he's level 3 and Nyx is going to hit 6 soon. So I'm going to try and keep my eyes out for Nyx finding a kill onto this Rubik in the next couple of minutes. But the good news is that Dex found the stack and he's cleaned it up.
Yeah, good for that. I mean, they steal a stack away from the lifesteal, and
that's actually worth it. I mean, falling slowly, trying to force the issue here, trying to look for a fight. They've got the glimpse. They've got the glimpse. They need vision. They need range, actually.
Yeah, the glimpse is still level 1. Maybe if they had the slow, they would have gotten the kill, but lifesteal with more points than rage, and understandably so. Lots of magical damage that doesn't want to be caught with his pants down.
I'm getting a little bit of
feedback.
No feedback actually. Scratch that. The council have moved mid, and the Astral will set up for a stop, but it was mistimed by Animal. The boulder smash wasn't, and the Viper Strike thrown out. Won't do too much for Ryzel with that urn. He definitely should take down Jin. He's dominating.
I mean, doesn't this scream like a typical lane Southeast Asia pub?
It screams our pubs.
Yeah, it screams our pubs. We miss all our spells, but we still somehow get the kill.
Exactly.
So lifesteal on the bottom lane.
This is where things are going to turn for Cullies, I feel. I mean, with the Nyx hitting 6, they should start looking for some sort of action across the map. The OD is probably the lane that you want to gank. Now, I'm sure the Cullies have noted this, that the mid lane ward did get dewarded, so there is a sentry somewhere near the mid lane. And I hope he's kept time of it as well. 4 minutes.
Assassin just hit level 6.
Yep.
He has the vendetta now, so he can rotate mid, but there's already a sentry ward waiting for him over there. It does expire in a few seconds, so can look to rotate after pushing this wave out. Lifesteal on the bottom lane is doing surprisingly well. He managed to secure a very high number of last hits, 79 and 25, 11 minutes into the game.
Right.
And he's getting closer and closer to the Radiance. That's what he's decided to build this game.
What do you think the Viper will be going for?
Actually, I think the Viper should be going for an item that sort of gives him int and also bulks him up in survivability. So I wouldn't be surprised to... Oh, top lane?
Yeah, they're going to try and bring down the Disruptor as well. Asuna TP's in. Doesn't get too much done. Zeal copping a fair amount of damage from the Flak Cannon. But yeah, Nyx Assassin hitting 6. You expect him to immediately move out of his lane and go fight elsewhere. He ends up falling in his own lane.
Yep. Thing is, he needs to push this wave out before he can go for the play, because otherwise he may get a kill mid, but his tower's gonna end up falling, and that's never good for you. So Viper, he needs to sort of buy these items that give him int, give him survivability. So the ideal item progression, if I was playing the Viper, would be something like the Hurricane Pike into the BKB. BKB would help me deal with OD. Hurricane Pike can sort of just help me be a bit more mobile. Because you look at the lineup of the Council, and they have a lot of escape. They have escape mechanisms. You have the
do you think
just rolling away stuff.
I mean, do you think in certain scenarios it's okay for a Viper to pick up a Midas? Do you think?
If the game is going to the point where you know you want to close it out around the 42, 43 minute mark,
Down bottom, they've got Jhin. The Impale on point. We said that the Nyx had to move. He did. And that Spike Carapace perfectly returning that Boulder Smash and returning the favor as well. They finally shut down that Earth Spirit and they take away his dominating streak.
Yeah, Falling Slowly is getting closer and closer to his Radiance now. Has the money for the Relic. And once he has this Radiance, the lineup of Council could be in trouble because he's going to be hard to kill with that Rage. He's not going to be falling anytime soon.
Radiance, Solar Crest, Rage, who the hell is going to do damage to him?
OD can try, but he's going to need something to help him get that true strike on the life stealer.
Zeal walks mid, gets the glimpse of Smile.
Oh!
Does have the Astral. That's going to buy him time, but you can't beat it. Again with the stun, they got the mana burn though and they should get the kill. The Stomp did come through. The Spike Carapace didn't end up stunning Animal there. But Cullies, they move mid. I like that play from the Disruptor. Gets a couple of points in glimpse, just walks in the mid. And I mean, at that point, you have to force heroes mid. You have to show up a bunch of heroes mid if you're looking to turn that around. Otherwise, there's no way the OD survives that.
Yeah, that's what the Disruptor is really good at. You pair him solo against another support, he's complete garbage. But the moment you throw another hero into the play with some kill potential, and oh boy, that's Disruptor deliver. You try to run away from him, you get Glimpse, you get Kinetic Field, and Static Storm.
Oh, you can't beat it. He's walked into a sentry. Asuna is here as well. The ensnare to start with Animal. Let's lose the Earth Splitter song. That's going to reset the fight. The question is, do Cullies want to take it? The answer is yes. They go in with the status on the Viper Strike is there. The Bandera hit and the Impale so will end up falling. Jill runs in, gets the Magnetize and the Boulder Smash, which clips 3, sets up for a call down. That's with the double kill. Looking for Ryzel, should end up getting that as well. The Council played that perfectly.
Yeah, Chin, I mean, he missed the Magnetize. It only hit the Disruptor. The Disruptor went in the other direction, and so the Magnetize didn't clip the other heroes, but he still managed to get the Polar Smash on 3 followed by the Silence. And that was enough damage to make sure they find those kills.
It's an important morale boost, that fight for Council, if anything else, but...
Yeah, but this morale is...
Yeah, it won't be lasting too long, because Falling Slowly has picked up his Radiance. And,
it's 15 minutes into the game, and the Lifestealer has his Radiance. This is...
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that was the Council showing 5 mid. Sure, they won the fight, but that was without Lifestealer participating.
Mid lane, Lost Rider.
Mid, Lost Rider. What's he got? He's got Riptide.
I'm curious to see...
I think Asuna's last spell before he died was the song. I'm not sure. Maybe if he just stole something from the Naga side and as soon as she TP'd into the lane, the Rubik could have had song. I don't know.
Maybe Spellsteal was on cooldown. Oh yeah, Spellsteal just came off cooldown.
Okay.
So you had already stolen something.
They are moving bot for Jhin. Is that... Does Jhin have a... Oh my god, he needs to build a hell. They've got Susmoy as well. He's got the Astral that's going to buy him a little bit of time. The Spike Carapace controlling both the Earth Spirit and the OD. Quick telekinesis. Static Storm drop. The Glimpse to pull back. Susmoy, they hate this goddamn freaking OD. The Earth Splitter is there. Isn't going to connect on anyone. The Storm connects on the next. Falling Slowly. Chasing a Rubik who's stolen Rage. Falling Slowly needs to be careful. He's possibly pushing his luck a bit too far, and indeed he is. He was looking for the Infest into that Dark Roll Summoner. But the Boulder Smash and the Grip controlling the Lifestealer. Zeal might get caught as well. The Stomp will connect. Rolling Boulder coming up from Jhin. This should be a dead on the Disruptor as well. And Jhin finds a killing spree for himself.
Dead? He's trying to find Asuna on the back line. He might just be able to do so. Animal?
Asuna's fast. Animal drops the Spirit. Doesn't have mana for the Stomp.
Look who's here at an X. Can you find a revenge kill though?
Nyx could find Animal, but not sure it's worth it. Maybe with the Viper rotating in, They could go in. Ryzel has an invis rule.
Oh, he just attacked the creep.
Yeah. Cullies is just playing this with a lot of caution and discipline.
So the Earth Spirit went for the Helm of the Dominator. And
Yep.
what do you think about this pick?
They've got deaths in the kinetic field. The Spike Carrot is their quick telekinesis. There's Ryzel with the Viper Strike stolen by the Rubik. They've got to be careful. Viper Strike now controlling the Viper himself. Boulder Smash and Grip. The silence as well. The Rubik will end up falling, but Jin, he's surrounded. He's overwhelmed. The Magnetize nearly connects on everyone, but no one from the side of Cullies falls at all.
I mean, this is the advantage of having that early Radiance. You can't really team fight into a lineup with Radiance, especially when you're so reliant on right clicks. OD, Gyrocopter. I mean, sure, Gyrocopter does a lot of magical damage, but a lot of the damage he does is also physical. With the Radiance, Mischance, and the Solar Crest, it's gonna be really hard for them to land any sort of right clicks on the
Okay, so
lifestealer.
chat is trying to guess if this is a code disruptor. It is. No, man. It's a co-wiper, it's a co-lifestealer, it's a co-Nyx, it's an offlane Nyx. And that offlane Nyx boy, is he doing work? He's found Jin. Jin has nowhere, no angle to go for that rolling boulder. But creates it with the boulder smash. The glimpse though pulls him back on charge upon him. Asuna, he's going to chase for this, while elsewhere Ryzel teams up with the Viper with the lifestealer and finds the Elder Titan. Asuna still fighting Jin here, has the Riptide, should find this kill. Jin with the Helm of the Dominator, Regent turns around and brings down the Naga Siren. This is just ridiculous, but I think the Cullies are coming out on top in this engagement. Lifestealer still in no man's land, does a fair amount of damage with the Infest. This fight, it's spread over 2 lanes for all intents and purposes.
Jin can go in again. He doesn't have a stone though.
Doesn't have a stone though, that's the problem. He can kick the Hellbass Smasher. And the Hellbass Smasher is now dead. Ryzel is here, has the Viper Strike. Jin looks for the Magnetize, won't find it, ends up falling. Animal looking for the Stomp. Once again, doesn't quite connect on anyone. They're trying to bring down this Viper, but look at Rubik. Rubik's gonna end up falling. Ryzel nets another kill for himself, and Asuna's here. He's got the Ensnare. The Council, they've dived too far. They're overextended, and they're gonna end up losing and paying the price for this fight.
Oh, the Rubik ended up using the lift, and that didn't have enough. That made sure he didn't have enough mana for the Fate Bolt.
I mean, even if he hit the Fate Bolt with maxed out corrosive skin, I was kind of sure that he was going to possibly end up dying there.
I mean, maybe the Viper would have died. That's hard to say.
I don't know. Viper's so obnoxious. I don't know. But yeah, Falling slowly survived that entire engagement. Ryzel survived the entire engagement. They both got a lot out of that big skirmish. They got a lot of XP. Ryzel's completed his Hurricane Pike. What's the lifestealer looking at? Has he got anything on the courier?
Lifestealer, he has Sanjin Yasha on the courier.
Is that Viper Sanjin? Oh yeah, it's his Sanjin Yasha.
No, it's his Sanjin Yasha.
Jane does get caught out as soon as here has the ensnare. They need to bring down this Earth Spirit, but they're struggling. Animal.
Oh, the Stomp.
Does manage to land the Stomp with the Earth Splitter. They get 2 kills.
Wow.
But it is the Nyx and the Naga.
Yeah, it's a beautiful Stomp there by Animal, followed up by the Earth Splitter. Perfectly played by him. Viper though, might be in some trouble. Animal?
I don't know. I think Animal would be in trouble if he tried chasing.
Yeah, I agree.
But the one who's suffered the most out of all these skirmishes and this frantic mid-game is probably the OD. Almost always ends up dying first. Now does have the 4-staff complete. Not sure if it's going to be enough though.
Yeah, this 4-staff is not going to be...
I mean, you need
4-staff. It's not one of those big items like a Rod of Fate or something like Trump of Endurance. It's just a 4-staff. It's going to push you 750 units in a particular direction, and that's it. That's how useful the item is.
He does need a BKB.
Yeah, OD is going to need a BKB, but finding that BKB is going to be a bit painful because he has no points on Astral, so he's not going to be farming fast anytime soon. He maxed the Arcane Orb and he went only 1 point in Astral, so this means that he can't clear creep waves, he can't sort of reliably save someone because you have a very short range on level 1 Astral. You literally need to be the next hero to cast it. So this OD, I'm afraid for him, man. He just needs to He literally needs a fight served on a platter for him. Like, there need to be 4 low heroes just running at the OD, sacrificing their lives.
Right. For now, though, Cullies are going to pop a smoke. They're going to move into the Council's jungle. They drop a couple of observer wards. Neat play. They want to control the dire jungle as much as possible, but Council, I mean, they seem to be grouping up. So,
Council
fun fact
wanna
about Jin and his itemization. I mean, one might think that thanks to ISS, nearly every offlaner should be building a Helm of the Dominator. But literally, Jin did this before anyone else. I remember him playing the offlane Void, and he built a late Helm of the Dominator. He just likes.
We casted that game.
Yeah, we casted that game. He likes to have one more unit to control. Dota is too easy for him, and he doesn't feel satisfied playing the game if he isn't controlling multiple units.
Yeah, it's like he wants to play StarCraft even though he's playing Dota.
Exactly. I secretly think he tells his players to go AFK and just takes over sometimes. But that's not in the Static Storm. The song, though. The song is the issue. The song is doing away with most of the damage. That's what Pop's BKB looked to turn. The bot down. Asura got the rocket barrage, looking for the lifestealer, but he's got his rage. He's looking to TP. Cullies, they want to bail, but Ryzel won't be that lucky. He's got a heat-seeking missile on top of him. Jin with the rolling boulder. And suddenly the Council.
I mean,
swinging back.
Boy, that Stomp once again connected onto multiple heroes. So did the Earth Splitter, and Susuma, he managed to get the perfect sort of Sanity's Eclipse. Got him the Naga kill, made sure the Viper drops pretty low, and they were just able to chase and clean up with the Arcane up. Lifestealer, he wasn't there for this fight, and that is one of the reasons why they weren't so successful. Okay, I see what. Do you see what Falling Slowly is doing? Did you see today's match?
No. What do you do?
So, this was Ramses' build when he was playing against TNC. The exact same build. He went for Radiance, Sanjanyasha, Solar Crest, followed by Nullifier.
No, it was slightly different. I think
Was it?
he went AC before Nullifier. He
Maybe.
went AC before Nullifier. Because that's an even more ridiculous build. Getting the AC before the Nullifier, I mean, you're practically unkillable.
I mean, true, but then you also want the Nullifier to make sure BKBs are not buffed.
Absolutely. So he's making a small adjustment here. They pick up that early BKB, and I think it's the right adjustment.
Yeah, he has the Morbid Mask in his inventory, but he has not made the Mask of Madness, so half committed to the idea of life stealing. If he has the Mask of Madness, what he can do is that once he starts having slot issues, he can disassemble the Mask of Madness and make the butterfly with the quarterstaff.
Oh, look at this. You can't beat it.
Oh, no.
And Falling Slowly on the hunt. The Spike Carapace will stun Susmoy once more. And they got down the OD.
Well.
Yeah, they are chasing. Now, Falling Slowly has got face boots. And that's going to give him the movement speed to close the distance. And yep. Beautifully done there by Cullies. That smoke 4 minutes ago really paid off. This observer board.
Yeah.
Near the dire hard cap, where Susmoy was trying to catch up. Catching out the OD. Netting 2 key kills for Cullies here. And, I mean, I've got to point out one more thing. The Council, they're the lineup with the Naga Siren Disruptor. And we still haven't seen that in full effect.
You mean the Cullies?
Yeah, the Cullies. That's exactly what I mean. They're the lineup with the Naga Siren Disruptor.
Yeah, we haven't seen the full wrath of the combo just yet. You're absolutely correct. I think the way for
probably
Council
get the next assassin in, or for the way for the Council. Yeah, go ahead.
They need to bait the Static Storm out. They need to put the Gyrocopter ahead and like sort of try to bait the Static Storm and then Gyrocopter like BKBs or something. And then OD can come in from the backline to clean up, because that's what OD is really worried about. Once the Static Storm and Song are down, he can just go ham on these heroes. The only real issue he's going to be having is maybe the Viper Strike, in case it gets thrown upon him and the Lifestealer focusing him down. But as long as Static Storm gets used early on, this OD can have a very free time right-clicking heroes.
Yep.
And now they smoke up. They should be able to find the Viper, but his Spidey senses are tingling and he's just going to force himself back to under his tier 2 tower. It's gonna TP away. This rotation is gonna be scouted by the wards of the Council, so they know exactly where Ryzel is, and
yeah, they know where Disruptor is. They know where Ryzel is. They're gonna go for the Disruptor. I'm not too pleased about this, but Ryzel, walks into the cooldown, gets control with the telekinesis. They want to bring down this Viper. The main will proc Jin right on top of him. Ryzel holding his ground, doesn't have the Hurricane Pike, the damage just too much. That's will get himself that kill, but elsewhere falling slowly and you can't beat it. They team up, they bring down Animal. Susmoy will also end up falling, and this is a Gyrocopter without his BKB. Falling slowly, pops out, moves on to Jin with the Solar Crest. They're going to glimpse back. That's the open wounds. Instead of control him and falling slowly. I mean, all he has to do is just leave his mouse and keyboard at that point. Nowhere for the Gyrocopter to go. He's going to end up falling. They lost only the Viper.
I mean, the Lifestealer just counters the Gyrocopter so hard.
Yeah. Especially once Gyro's BKB is down. I mean, what do you do if you're the Council? You pretty much hope to... You want to bring down...
I mean, they don't have enough
Nyx without losing too many. And then maybe move on to the Lifestealer. The only way you win this fight is if you start the fight with the numbers advantage.
The way they start this fight maybe is they bait the rage out and then Ori goes and sorts of gets a few arcane orb hits on the Lifestealer and then takes him out with the sanities. But
that's only going to happen when Ori has BKB.
Yeah, it's not happening anytime soon either. So it's pretty good to survive these fights. And if the OD doesn't survive these fights, they don't win these fights, period.
Oh, yeah.
They may get one kill on the Disruptor or the Viper, but they're gonna come out on top always, Cullies. There's nothing stopping this Lifestealer Radiance. There's no BKB piercing Disable on the side of on the side of the Council.
Yeah.
And look at this, falling slowly. He's found Jin once again. He's blocking his path, making sure he can't roll away. But
was that the Radiance taking him down while?
Yeah, the Radiance ticked him down, and his corpse rolled forward.
Yeah, he finds the stack as well.
Yep. I mean, that was a passive. That was a passive stack. He didn't even actually stack that. It just stacked itself while he was chasing the Earth Spirit.
Okay. Everything falling in place for falling slowly. Yeah.
Yep. Indeed. He's gonna be hitting level 25 soon, and I presume he's gonna go for the extra rage duration. And with that, he's gonna be able to just go on the OD. Doesn't even matter if he astral himself because the rage is gonna last for 8 seconds. So with that, he should be able to find kills onto pretty much anyone he wishes. Deaths, he's also gonna have to be more afraid because more rage duration means that he can't use his rocket barrage, he can't land the homing missile, and he can't stun the Lifestealer. He's heavily relying on his magical damage up until he reaches the point where he has like Butterfly, a Satanic, an Acceptor maybe to complement that.
He's getting close.
He's getting close, but this... I don't know, he's gonna have to play a lot more faster if he wants to have a chance at carrying
Have
his
you
team.
noticed another issue with the Council's lineup?
What is it?
I mean, it's not an issue, but it's they're not good at taking Roshan.
Yeah, they're not... Yeah, now that you mention it, I mean, this is something that's sort of... We've seen time and again happen. Like, a lot of teams, when they go for this aggressive, tempo-heavy playstyle, they sacrifice the ability for Roshan for better team fight and better pick-off potential.
I think, was that a dice entry? I don't know, but they're trying to catch Animal. They're not going to be successful, but Animal turns around. As the Yule Scepter is looking for the Stomp, won't find it.
Yep. The next assassin, he didn't go for the Midas, so he only has a 4-staff 30 minutes into the game. Is saving up for the Blink Dagger, but little surprised that he didn't go for a
Floki,
Midas.
do you remember who won the Nefarious versus Cullies game? Was it Cullies?
Yeah, it was the Cullies.
Okay.
I mean, Cullies are not a team to be underestimated.
Oh yeah, I'm really impressed with both these teams. I mean, feels like we have a couple of real challengers here.
Indeed.
I don't want to mix up leagues, but I really can't find another name. I think that they're going to contest some of the top teams here. And I don't know about Signify. We still haven't seen that matchup, but I'm definitely looking forward to that one.
Yep. Signify, though, it's going to be an entirely different ball game. These teams are going to have to do their homework, and a lot of teams have been infamous for not doing their homework against Signify and just getting absolutely stoned in the
Very
first
few teams have done their homework, or maybe even if they have, Signify have been able to deal with them. The only team that put up a fight was the Signify, with the exception of Aggressive 5, was Akatsuki. The only team that managed to take a lane of barracks was the Signify. And I mean, I'm bringing up Aggressive 5 because Aggressive 5 existed pre-Delhi. If you look at Hyderabad and all of that, that's when Aggressive 5 kind of kept giving Signify a fight. But once Fasol joined Signify, the only team that gave them a fight was Akatsuki.
Yeah. I mean, but I don't know if you can even count that as a fight, to be honest, because all they managed to do was take one back.
The closest
They
to
came
a
very
fight.
close. Yep.
The only
I guess
team that
that's
came
more
closest
accurate.
to giving them a fight, if that's the wording that you're looking for.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I could see Council getting a couple of huge items. Jin is making progress towards that Hex.
Yeah.
On this offlane Earth Spirit. He's staying ahead of his own 2 position.
Oh my god, really? Wait, let me check the net worth.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Okay, this... I mean, but Odie still has impact in these fights. It's not like he's
Absolutely.
not
Once
being able to achieve
Odie
anything.
picks up his BKB, he's going to be doing a lot of work.
Yeah, his fights get a lot easier. Although there still is the probability that the Naga Siren just songs where he BKBs and the Lycia just right clicks the OD to death. And because you're BKB'd while you OD, you can't
they've
astral
got
yourself.
Bane in the Static Storm. Nyx is there. The Sentry wasn't enough.
Might flip through
EPL will
this.
come out. The Centaur Conqueror looking for the Storm. It wasn't cooldown. They're going to bring down Jin. They're going to delay that Hex of his OD. Lignified cooldown being committed as sooner. Just a bit too fast on that Naga side in there.
Yeah, and now that they have the Aegis, I mean, you already have a tough time killing the Slice Sealer once. Now you have to kill him twice.
I think what really, I mean, what I'm going to take away from the Cullies is Phoenix with the Meteor Hammer.
Yeah.
I'm going to go home. I mean, probably tomorrow I'm going to open up a lobby and work on that.
Indeed. But those of you folks wondering about what we're talking, you're gonna see the game on Tuesday, I believe? I don't know, but you're gonna see some lot of interesting shenanigans with Phoenix and Meteor Hammer, so stay tuned.
Yeah.
To ESL India. Falling slowly now also.
Player from NA introduced that one.
Yeah.
Or PPD's brother, as you don't like
PPD's
him being
brother.
referred to.
Yeah, his name is Robot Voice, man. You can give him some credit, come on.
Yeah. Cullies looking to just group up, start pressuring these objectives. How far is Jin from that Hex? He's just trying to farm it up as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I mean, he can sell his Windlace if he wants and he get closer. He's
If
using Rolling Boulder to clear creep waves.
he's taken the 200 Rolling Boulder damage talent also.
Yeah.
So that's helping him
Okay,
farm.
he's finished
But,
up his nice.
yeah. If he manages to, I think he should probably focus on jumping the Naga Siren and hoping that his team kite the Lifestealer. If they remove Song of the Siren from these team fights, they might have what it takes to shut down the Cullies. Yeah.
Yep. Problem is the Ori is so far behind that even if they manage to do that, chances are the Lifestealer just muscles through the fight because he has 2 lives, he has a nullifier, so nobody's going to be getting the BKBs off once Lifestealer sets his eyes on them. And the nullifier also gets procced by the Radiance Burn, so you're not going to be running away from the Lifestealer.
Yeah.
Lost Rider, he has to be careful, he's stolen the Infest.
I mean, what he infests in Jin.
Yeah, Rubik Bomb. X bombs are overrated. You pop out of the Infest and you use Fate Bolt with the offensive null field.
Poof.
Yeah,
The
7
dice.
magical damage. Yeah. So the Viper has his BKB finished. He's also going for the Sanj and Yasha. Not too surprised here, but little surprise. I mean, Sanj and Yasha, I think right-click Vipers are overrated. I like the Axe Viper a lot more now that Nether Toxin is a damage over time ability.
Wait, Axe doesn't improve Nether Toxin.
No, Axe improves Viper Strike, right? It gives you 12 second.
Right.
So you might as well become a walking Viper Strike.
Yeah.
And like,
Well, they can
if you
keep doing
get
this.
enough-
I mean, they can walk up with the rage, hit the building, go back.
Did you see the sick play made by Ryzel?
No, I missed that. What do you do?
So he Hurricane piked the homing missile and he was able to right click it to death because of the extra attack speed he gets.
Falling slowly, he's just going to march up every time with this rage, walk away on the tier 3. The glyph is coming through, call down committed, Storm counts I mean, does manage to connect onto two. That's walking in from the backlines with that BKB. They've already managed to bring down the Naga side, and Rizal is dropping low, turns around, drops the Viper Strike. The Disruptor did end up falling further south. They're trying to bring down this Viper. Rizal looking for the TP will not be successful, falling slowly. He's all by himself versus 4 heroes from the side of the council. He's got the Nyx Assassin to back him up, but he hasn't got too much mana. He's been hexed up by Jin, controlled and brought down. The council, they'll surround him. They'll look to bring him down once more. They've got the Nether Toxin stolen by the Rubik. Falling slowly, Silence looking to escape, pops the rage, doesn't have a TP, has no choice but to man fight. Wants to bring down the OD, will be successful, turns towards Dets, who is being slowed down, but won't end up falling. The Impale does come through from you, can't beat it, but falling slowly. I'm not sure he can lifesteal his way out. Dets with the Flak Cannon will get that kill for himself. Animal looking for the Nyx Assassin with that Storm, won't end up finding it, but the Council, they bring down the lifestealer, they take away his Aegis, and they lose only the OD. The entirety of the Cullies falling in that fight, and the entirety of their net worth advantage being taken away from them.
Yeah, the Lifestealer almost managed to 1v5 the whole lineup of the Dire over there. If it wasn't for the Hex, I'm pretty sure he would have killed every single one on the side of the Council. That Scythe of Ice pickup is really coming in handy for Jin.
Absolutely.
I'm quite surprised that we knew the Council for being these pocket strats and kind of cheesy playstyle team, but certainly it seems like they know what they want to do with the heroes. I mean, Scythe of Ice being picked up on an offlane Earth Spirit of all things should tell you that this team is not something that you can just scoff and discount, really. MKB is gonna get finished up by Gyrocopter, has the gold for it, so this means he's not gonna be missing right clicks on the Lifestealer anymore.
I think, I mean, I've seen various iterations of the Council, been watching them for 2 years, this is the 3rd year that I'm following them. The player who's really stepped up in my eyes is Dets on the 1 position. He's been solid on the Gyrocopter, he's kept his farm going. He's been outputting most of the damage for the Council. I mean, sure, Jin is providing all that control, but if Dets didn't have the farm that he does, I don't think the Council would be winning these fights.
Yeah, he actually has 310 last hits, and I'm quite surprised with the amount of action that's happening on the map. He's gotten so many creeps.
And it wasn't like, I mean, sure, he got that 1 hard camp stack, but that's like 10 last hits. I mean, he's been keeping the farm going, and soon he's got to be careful. If he ends up getting picked off here, I mean, the Cullies, they're going to need that song. He does get the song off with the insta, but Rubik did manage to turn it around with the Stolen Rage, and I think that was even ODs, 10-second BKB being expended for that one.
Rubik has the Stolen Song.
Okay, that was ridiculously good coming up from the Rubik.
Yeah, he was raged while the sleep was on, so he was able to steal it. Yep, and now immediately Smoke. They know they have the song, so they can set up these team fights very easily. If they manage to catch up the Disruptor and the Nyx Assassin, these fights get a lot easier for them. Lifestealer is just gonna be sitting ducks once his teammates are dead. He relies heavily on the Nyx Assassin to disable his opponents for him.
Absolutely. I mean, that's the thing. You can still kite a Lifestealer. You can kite a Viper. It's the control that the Nyx, the Naga side, and the Disruptor provide that make these cores look good. For now, though, the Cullies with that scan will spot out that movement. Rubik will use it to drop a deep Observer Bond. And the Cullies, they're just dodging this engagement for now.
Indeed.
26 to 27. Less than 1,000 gold separating both these teams.
Yeah. Guys,
it is close. DD. Oh, they're trying to bring down the OD. The Infest Bomb coming through with the Nullifier. Susmoy won't even get to use that BKB of his. I did hear a glimpse. Who the hell did they glimpse? I think they glimpsed. Okay, there is a song also coming through from the Rubik. This fight is split all over. That's looking to go in. The Impale will miss. That's not sure who to chase. I do hear an Ensnare falling slowly, being kited. Asuna looking for the Meteor Hammer. The Side Storm does come down, but it doesn't catch anyone. That's pops his BKB, tries to run right through. The Earth Splitter not doing anything. That's his eyes set on the Viper. Won't get too much done with the BKB and the double damage in Council. Where is their primary source of lockdown? Where is Jin when you need him? I'm not sure what he was up to in that engagement.
Yeah, Jin was away from his team while all that was happening. He was trying to push out the mid lane, but his team, they were looking for the kill. They still might find Asuna here.
Oh yeah, Asuna control the telekinesis is there. Lost Rider does let go of the song and seals the rage once more.
Mm-hmm. I like how the Rage makes a Rubik red as well. Turns him red and gives him this bloodthirsty look.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like one of those zombies that eat meat and stuff. I mean, all zombies eat meat, but... No, wait, all zombies don't eat meat. Zombies eat brains.
Mm-hmm. And brain is... plant-based?
No, brain is still meat, but...
I don't know. Why are we
there's
going in
difference
this
between-
direction? I feel like Cullies could have built a blink on the Naga Siren just so that she could get the goddamn song up. They're going to find Animal. He's going to end up falling the Nullify, ensuring that he doesn't even get the Yules off.
Yeah,
And
this
Cullies-
Lifestealer is scary, man. Like,
Yeah.
if
Cullies
this
are going to do
Lifestealer...
what worked for them the last time. They're going to go towards Roshan. Having the security of the Aegis allowed them to do a fair amount of work onto the mid tier 3. Going to hope to do this again. This time around, they'll have the cheese as well. And I'm pretty certain that if Cullies kite the BKBs on, they could turn the fight around themselves. A lot depends on what Jin does in these team fights, on that Earth Spirit, and what this Naga Siren Disruptor do. Asuna is actually now going for the blink. So, I mean, I don't mind the Meteor Hammer, but if your opponents aren't like walking into your song, then you might need something to help position yourself a little better. And I think you could have just gone for the blink in the first place. It's not like the Meteor Hammer over the past 40 minutes has really accomplished anything. From whenever he picked it up. It is cute. It's nice to have one. Got to stay up to date with the memes, but it hasn't done too much.
Yep. Also, with the recent change, it's easier to blink out of Song and Meteor Hammer. You have that 0.1 second window where you can, if you spam your blink dagger, you'll be able to blink out if you're facing the right direction. Now, they just need to make sure that their supports don't die, because what is happening every single fight is that Disruptor and Naga Siren get picked up before they get their spells. And then Cullies, Nyx Assassin just
this time
starts
got
running
the
around.
I'm expecting Asuna to probably, yeah, he's going to do that. He blinks in YOLO, catches 3. Where is the Static Storm? No, why is he committing the Meteor Hammer? Okay, they commit the Static Storm on the Rubik. They're trying to deal with Lost Rider first. They commit an Impale, they'll get him. But they've lost Falling Slowly, and Falling Slowly didn't have the Aegis. They've lost Asuna as well. There was a huge misplay coming up from Cullies, and they might lose more. Zeal caught with the Storm. I mean, that song caught 3, but Naga Siren was just... I don't know.
Yeah.
Wanted to use
I
the
have
Meteor Hammer
no
onto 3.
clue. Yeah, he used the Meteor Hammer onto 3 and the Disruptor Static Storm was only on the Rubik. Problem is, the Disruptor doesn't have Ags, right? So he's not going to be able to reliably get the Static Storm off on Gyrocopter and OD. They're just going to BKB
No, but
through it.
Lifesteal has a BKB. They had all the time in Song of the Siren. It's... I don't know.
I mean, I think what they should have instead done was try to catch Jhin first. If they manage to get Jhin in the Static Storm, then that Static Storm becomes a lot more valuable and the team fight becomes easier. But the Gyrocopter, while all this is happening,
Exactly,
he's
so
just
Jhin was
ripping the
next to
Lifesteal.
two other teammates. They're going to be so displeased about that. When they, I mean, if Cullies go back and see that replay, they could have probably won the game of forced buybacks over there.
Wait, do you believe the Cullies have lost?
They could have won the game of forced buybacks over there. I'm not saying they've lost. I mean, but they could have won the game there or maybe forced buybacks at that point. Anyway, they're going to try and defend. Nyx does have his Axe Scepter. He's trying to hold back Death's Nether Toxin. Being thrown left and right. I do hear an instant. Does manage to clip on the Deaths, who's committed his BKB. The Meteor Hammer doing literally nothing. The call down doing nothing either. The Council, they've come. They're taking a tier 3 and they're going to move on to the Shrines.
Yeah, that's what they need to do right now. They need to slowly secure these other tiny objectives on the map, like the shrines. Just restrict the map control of Cullies as much as you can. Wait for the third Roshan to come, and then maybe with the double Sanity's Eclipse or the double Scythe of Ice on Jhin, you can look to take the next fight. Death is getting closer and closer to his third big item, and that's a Satanic. Once he has the Satanic, he's winning those man fights against the Lifestealer. He can also sort of look to add an Aghanim Scepter to replace his boots later on in the game if it goes for that long. And Aghanim Scepter gives a lot more damage output. It's also quite reliable since if you buy Rapier, you might drop when you die.
It's also a source of proccing lifesteal, right? Satanic acted on the Gyrocopter. more lifesteal for you. But I mean, at this stage, I think Deaths will probably end the game with this Satanic, or maybe have to go into something like a Divine Rapier. I don't know. What does he replace with the Ags? He drops the Sanjay Yasha.
No, he drops the face boots, so he still has the move speed
From
buff,
Flutter.
right? Yeah, he has Flutter, and also he has the Sanjay Yasha, and he also has a
Okay.
50 move speed talent, so he's still gonna be moving pretty damn fast. All he needs to do is get an Aghanim Scepter. That's gonna increase his survivability as well,
Okay.
because it's gonna give him a few more stats. And the Aghanim Scepter also procs on buildings, right? So that's gonna make sieges extremely fast.
Yeah.
If the Gyrocopter is on your high ground, your tower's gonna start melting. Heart now finished up for falling slowly.
Next, he's got the Rubik. Ryzel trying to close the gap. They've got the Silence, the Astral buying time. Deaths, does he want to go in? He drops the call down. The Rocket Barrage is there. They don't have vision on the Nyx. The Nyx trying to stay alive. Deaths controlled in his BKB with the instant, not doing too much. Ryzel pops his own BKB. The song, the strikes on the Meteor Hammer. A symphony of fails, but it will control Deaths. And they'll bring down the Gyrocopter. 99 seconds without him. They move on to the Rubik. Lost Rider down for 78 seconds. Falling slowly, still holding ground. Aeon Disc being popped. But Jin is there with the Hex. They're going to glimpse back Susmoy. They'll try and bring him down. They'll pop his Aeon Disc as well. But buybacks coming through from the side of the Council as Gyrocopter and Rubik look to re-engage. They lift up the Lifestealer. They try and control him. But he's got the rage. He moves towards the Rubik, who he is kept alive by that Astral. Falling slowly, trying to run the Boulder Smash. Will whiff, and Falling slowly sets his eyes on the Jin. Will deal with that pesky Earth Spirit. That's a gem on the deck. The Stomp is coming through, but Ryzel copying a bit too much damage. Does manage to force after the high ground with the Hurricane Pike. He's still staying alive, but both Lost Rider as well as Susmar will chase him down, and Falling slowly elsewhere does manage to find a kill himself. He's brought down Animal, and Asuna with the lifesteal infested inside of him will try to escape, but will not be successful. The telekinesis is there. They'll control the both of them, and they'll bring down both the lifestealer and the Naga Siren. The Council, it did cost them a bunch of buybacks. Both the Gyrocopter and the Rubik buying back. Susmoy did end up surviving through that entire engagement, so he's got a lot of gold and EXP, and the Council will recover their gem as well.
Yeah, big wins for Council over there, and a double damage rune as well. They might just end up losing a set of racks here. That buyback, it doesn't really hurt Council as much because you no longer have that buyback gold penalty.
I'm going to toggle down to the buyback status, and I'm sure production will be showing you that the Lifestealer doesn't have buyback. Viper, he's the only one with buyback. Nyx is going to try his best to hold on here, but...
Is that going to deter Deaths though? Okay, looks like it is.
This is a very different Council. Cautious and disciplined. They're not
cautious, disciplined. Really, really good.
We're not going to force the issue.
Yep. The Rubik tried to do a cheeky play by infesting the Ancient Golem, but he realized that he can't actually control the Ancient Golem. He can only infest inside it and sit there.
Right.
Apparently that ability is exclusive to Lifestealer. And even if you steal infest, you're not gonna get the mind control ability for the creep. Now the OD has an Aeon Disc.
Yeah, I did see a bunch of Aeon Discs popping in the previous fight. Jin did pick one up as well. Both him and the OD did survive a little bit longer courtesy those Aeon Discs.
Jin also has a Shadow Blade, surprisingly.
I mean, why not? They've got a gem. I'd like to see... I don't know what the cooldown on the wards is, but I'd like to see them drop a couple of aggressive observer wards. Try to squeeze Cullies out of the map. And probably start to eye up and prepare for the next Roshan.
Yeah, the next Roshan is going to be spawning... it may spawn in the next 30 seconds. Jin, he's just farming the ancient creeps right now. I think what...
oh, he also gets the save at level 25.
Yeah,
he gets the geometric targets allies.
They might find Jin.
Nah, he's
go back.
Got a Shadow Blade.
Okay, they should know someone is here because the ancient camp is cleared. It looks like they're not gonna bite. They're gonna back off and defend the creeps, defend the barracks. There's a wave pushing in, and they have to address it. This might be the opportunity for Council to do a smoke of their own. Okay, looks like they're not gonna do that. They're just gonna take the shrine instead. Okay, that works as well.
Cullies, I mean, one thing that's somewhat in their favor is vision at this point. Got a decent amount of vision across the map. Got quickly toggle between Radiant and Dire Vision, and the Radiant, they're just seeing a whole lot more here.
Yep. Actually, another item that Dutch can go for is the Dateless. He can replace the Boots of Travel with the Dateless, and along with the Satanic, he can deal a bunch of damage if he doesn't want to go for the Rapier. I don't think the game is in Rapier territory just yet.
Yeah, it isn't.
Need to go those amounts of YOLO. So
not yet.
Could consider the Dateless as well.
At this stage, a Rapier would be a throw.
Yeah, Rapier, which is completely. I mean, it's a double-edged sword, right? If you end up dying, then suddenly Lifestealer, who was having a hard time killing the gyrocopter, is now just 3-shotting, 4-shotting your gyrocopter, and that's never fun. Not to mention, he also has the Bloodthorn, so he's gonna amplify that Divine Rapier damage a lot, and oh boy, that's gonna hurt. Double damage though for deaths. Trying to go for Roche, but Roshan is up pretty soon. Animal in the mid lane. He's trying to finish his own Aeon Disc. Aeon Discs all around for the council. There's one on OD, there's one on Earth Spirit. Elder Titan gonna finish his one pretty soon. And this is also where the Elder Titan starts to become a sort of a big factor. Because you don't have a lot of bonus armor or magical damage resistance on the side of Cullies.
Yeah.
So if he manages to get a good Earth Splitter off along with the Natural Order, he's gonna take away half your HP. Doesn't matter how much you have it. Doesn't matter how much HP you have, he's gonna take away half of it. Percentage based damage.
Yeah, this is when the ET starts to hurt even more.
Yep. The Nyx needs to be careful because if he runs into the Earth Spirit, that could just mean death for him as well as the Lifestealer.
Yeah, I mean the Cullies they are doing the best they can. They've got vision. They've got the Nyx Assassin looking for pickups, and yeah.
So
the problem is the council that they're just grouping up.
Yeah, Jin on the side of he's getting closer and closer to his level 25. What talent do you think he goes for?
I think Grip pulls allies without a doubt. I mean, I play Earth Spirit. That's what I would go for. Just think about the kite potential. And it is a grip that silences, right?
It's a 13-second cooldown though. So you're not gonna be
huge. I mean, he's going for, I would definitely go for grip pulls allies.
Okay.
Pull someone on the song. It's got decent range.
Oh, that's a possibility.
It's ridiculous. I mean, I think pretty much. I don't know. I played a lot of Earth Spirit. This is what I would go for. Remains to be seen what Jin goes for. He has got the Accept as well, so he's got 2 saves if he does go for Grip saves allies or pulls allies. But I'd still go for it. So, the Boulder Smash stun is tempting, especially when BKBs are starting to wear off.
Susmoy, he was prioritizing survivability, so he went for the 15% lifesteal talent over the Arcane Orb and Steel Duration.
Do you think Octarine is a viable item on ODs?
I've actually been thinking about it for quite a while. I used to think that when Octarine came out, it'd be a really good item for OD. But after hold that thought,
they're looking for a fight. They got the 2-man impale, but they want time to set things up.
Sleep.
It's connected on everyone. The grip to the Eclipse committed. They'll bring down the Nyx, the Lifestealer, the Naga side, and Ryzel looks to run with that BKB of his, but Jin is there. The Static Storm coming up with the Disruptor catches all of them, but Ryzel, he can't do enough all by himself. He's gonna end up falling. It's a buyback coming up from the Nyx, and Jin is chasing for more. He's got the Blink and Hex if he wants to, but he won't pursue. I don't know how that happened. Animal
is living up to his name, man. He is indeed a freaking animal on this earth.
Absolutely. What a beast. 4-man stop. 4-man boulder smash. That was ridiculous. I mean, Falling Slowly just died without pressing any buttons there. But he's got the buyback this time around. Jin blinks ahead. Look to probably catch someone unaware. But they got the Disruptor. They'll bring him down. He's got buyback as well. Both him and Asuna will buy back. But the council, they're trying to bring down Lena Barracks here. The song is there. But there is no Static Storm. The Meteor Hammer coming through, the stun does connect, ensnare onto death, but he's got the Satanic, he's holding his ground. Nyx losing a fair amount of HP there. Lifestealer trying to man up, tries to bring down the Gyrocopter with the Nullify, but the Astral is there, keeps him alive. Susmo is still alive. Lifestealer infested in a cart, trying to look for a kill. lurking near the Rubik. He wants the OD. He's still in the vicinity, and he's finally going to come out. He's going to bring down the Rubik. Death pops his BKB, has the call down, holds his ground, wants to bring down Falling Slowly, and Falling Slowly will have no choice but to run. The barracks have fallen, and the council, they look to retreat. Cullies will look to re-engage once more. They're found so smart, but he's got his BKB. Animal staying alive with the A on this, but this time the glimpse is there. Zeal did manage to catch out the Elder Titan with the Spirit Vessel. They should bring it down, but the Earth Splitter's coming through. Depths is there with the Sedatic looking to turn it around. The Earth Splitter doesn't connect on anyone. Falling Slowly though with the damage, trying to bring down Deaths. Can this Lifestealer bring down the Gyrocopter even once? And the answer is yes. The Bloodthorn, the Nullifier working wonders. Falling Slowly moves ahead, brings down the Elder Titan as well, and could possibly look for the Earth Spirit, who's got a Spirit Vessel upon him. They're looking for something to control him, and the Mana Burn will do the trick. Finally, the council lose the team fight. It did cost Cullies a lot of buybacks, at least 2. The fight recap is kind of misrepresenting things here, but I remember both the Nagasign and the Disruptor back. Heck, even the Lifestealer bought back over there.
Yeah, I mean, Council, they need to go now. This is the best chance they're probably going to have. They need to go into the Rosh pit, secure Roshan for themselves. But Falling Slowly is already in the pit.
Yeah, Falling Slowly in the pit. Have Council got gems? They've got a sentry. I think, yeah, they saw Falling Slowly. They saw the Nyx as well, but the Nyx goes in. The Impale is there. The Infest Bomb follow the Astral. Keeps Rubik alive. Viper holding his ground, trying to find someone that's being controlled with the Ensnare. Lost Rider is here with the lift, trying to bring down this Naga Siren. Susmoy jumps on top of Asuna. That's controlled by the Song, does a fair amount of work with the Rocket Barrage, but Asuna uses the Song to disengage, and Cullies are looking to run, but you can't beat it. He's been caught. The Nyx Assassin might end up falling. The Spike Cap is buying him a little bit of time, but not enough.
Bottom lane though, it's being pounded away by the siege creeps. Look at that range creep army.
They lost that tier 3. The melee barracks are falling. Council.
The melee barracks, they need to see this. Yeah, it's gonna be okay.
Out production, please bring down the net worth graph. They had a 70,000 net worth lead at some point. The council had, okay, it's just a little less than 15,000. And it swung back to 5,000. I don't know who's winning, I don't know who's throwing. But boy, what a game, Floki.
Yeah, what a game indeed. Aren't we in for a treat every single time we watch council play? Deaths?
Okay,
he gets the stages.
The kinetic field gives a bit of vision. Lost Rider goes in. Telekinesis onto the life stealer. He's got to be careful. He's got a Glimmer Cape. The Thunderstrike does provide vision. Zeal has the open wounds upon him. Stolen by Lost Rider. Death pops his BKB. The Instant will control him. The Sandstorm on the side, but the Black Cannon brings down the Disruptor. The Earth Splitter comes through. Doesn't really catch anyone. Asura just trying to run with the life stealer infested inside of him. Boy, that Black Cannon.
Black Cannon.
Doing a lot of work in Jin. Man, this guy is relentless. He's found Rizal, he's got the Hex, and we've lived to see it all. A position 3 Earth Spirit nearly bring down a 2-position Viper.
Man, I don't know what the hell Jin is doing, but he's making this offlane Earth Spirit work like a charm.
He went for the. This is going to work versus better teams. I'm really not sure. If he pulls this off versus ROG Titans or Signify, I'm looking.
You're gonna buy him biryani when he comes to India.
No, the council loves okra, so I'm gonna buy him okra, as they call it.
Okay.
No, they like meat, like the rest of us. I'm gonna get them some biryani. But I've heard the biryani is pretty baller in Bangladesh as well.
Ah, okay. Well, Chin, the reason this offlane Earthsplit is working so much is because of the amount of farm he has. You look at him, he has a Blink, a Scythe of Whites, an Ag Scepter, a Shadowblade. So he's pretty mobile in these team fights, and he's also pretty damn tanky, so he's not falling to the Static Storm, he's not falling to the Viper, who's mostly magical damage. Viper doesn't do as much physical damage anymore. He also went for the Nethertoxin Silencer's ability, so that means his right clicks are not going to be hurting. And Chin really just capitalizing on that fact and is able to survive through these team fights. Also with the increased status resistance, he doesn't get netted for too long, he doesn't get Viper Strike for too long, stuns only last. Yeah, so 17% status resistance, that's natural because of his strength gain, and 25% from the Aeon Disc. If it stacks the way I think it does, he has 42% status resistance, and that's pretty huge.
Yeah, I think status resistance, I mean, scientists are baffled. It's like cryptocurrency. Nobody understands it, but we know it's bloody good, and it's very difficult to bring him down.
Indeed.
Anyway,
Zeal, he's getting close to his Ag Scepter though, so this might be the turning point.
Exactly. This could be the turnaround item if he gets that Axe Scepter. I don't think a core picking up anything like a Divine Rapier will really turn the game. It's going to be the Axe and the Disruptor that the Cullies will need, and they're still looking for that song into Static Storm. That's what Naga Siren Disruptor is meant to deliver, and we haven't yet seen it from the Cullies.
Yeah, he's still afraid of going high ground. The Snake's Assassin makes life very difficult for the Council. Going high ground.
I think if the Council show one core up high ground, you probably try and glimpse him on the way back, and that's probably going to force his BKB and immediately jump him. You have no choice. I'm going to bring down buybacks. The Impale though from the Nexus. That's controlled with the Orchid and the Bloodthorn. Excuse me, the Bloodthorn and the Nullifier will be saved by the Astral Falling slowly holding his ground. Wants to bring down Death, will take away his Aegis. Viper with his BKB trying to mana push the Odysseus. Still alive with the A on this. Jin, as well as the rest of the Council, they've got eyes on the prize. They want to deal with the tier 3 tower first. The Glyph of Fortification is there. It's going to keep the tier 3 tower alive for a little while longer. And Cullies, well, they did take away the Aegis. I mean, the only save versus Bloodthorn and Nullifier is the Astral, but look at this. Jin turns the Life Stealer into stone, kicks him out of position, falling slowly, and Asuna with the song, he's set up for a Static Storm, but I think the Storm got the Disruptor. The Elder Titan Storm, oh, he doesn't have the Static Storm, my bad. Doesn't have it.
Rubik, he's burrowed himself into the ground.
Fade Bolt from range. And it seems as if they have vision. Lost Rider. Sir, you have a gem? Okay.
Okay. Lost Rider's gonna end up falling. Tried to cosplay as an ex-assassin, didn't work out very well. The worst part was he couldn't even leave because there was another toxin on top of his head, so he was silenced. Just stays there and accepts his demise. And once again, looks like we're gonna have to wait for another Roshan for this game to come close to closing out.
It's Roshan, throw, or strategic pickoff. I mean, this is what it's gonna take for the game to end. I mean, the thing is, no one has buyback. Only the Knicks and the ET have buyback. So if a bunch of cores die, and maybe one core from either side lives, this could possibly be game.
Ori though, he has a Scythe of Whites now, so he can jump the Life Stealer and have his teams follow up. They need to make sure they get the Naga first though. So I think if he jumps in, catches the Naga, and then eliminates her before the fight starts, the fight gets a lot easier for the Council. The Life Stealer is still a real menace though, because every single time he uses the Nullify Bloodthorn, you know it's 70 Doom and there's nothing you can do about it. 9 times out of 10 you're just gonna die, unless the Astral is there to save you.
Absolutely, it's the Astral, and it's even the Earth Spirit who can save you. He hasn't gone for grip targets allies, but he can enchant someone into stone with his Axe Scepter and keep them alive. We haven't seen Jin do too much of that. He's just used it once offensively.
Yeah, he used it once on the Nax as well, to kick him back, but the song was there. Silver Edge as well now for Jin, and this might be huge because if you disable Lifestealer's Feast, he's not going to be able to Lifesteal in a fight. He's going to rely almost entirely on open wounds to do the trick for him.
Good against the Viper as well.
Yeah, the Viper... I mean, it breaks corrosive skin and makes them more susceptible to magical damage. It's not too bad, I guess. Mjolnir now for the Viper. What do you think of the Mjolnir pickup?
I don't know. I guess he's recognized the fact that he has to deal with creep waves. I think with the 5-second cooldown on Nether Toxin and that Mjolnir can keep the wave pushed.
Okay. It's actually... I didn't think about that. I thought he just got this for the sake of having another big ticket item in his inventory, but...
I mean, right now, only Falling slowly pushes waves quickly, right? You want the Viper to also push waves.
True.
You will need to push waves. And it is magical damage, which is nice. BKBs are wearing thin. Attack speed is nice.
Yeah.
With the way poison attack works. So it's an okay item. I presume he might look at something like an AC. Maybe an Aeon Disc even? I don't know.
For the Lifestealer? Or...
No, for the Viper. I don't know. I
AC
think
is already being built by the Lifestealer, so the
Okay.
Viper is.
I don't
I
think
think
I don't think Lifestealer should be building this AC.
I mean,
I don't
that's
know.
the thing about Viper, right? I mean, no item that you really buy is gonna. I mean, if you so there are two cases with Viper. Either you're gonna have impact on the game or you're not, and that entirely depends on the picks, not on your itemization. Maybe if he gets a Scythe of Ice, he can be more than just a walking Viper Strike
Mm-hmm.
for Cullies, but at the moment he's not doing much in these team fights. All he's really doing is slowing one hero down with the Viper Strike, silencing some people with another Toxin. Maybe if he goes for the Octarine Core, he can frontline for Cullies.
I
or
think,
Green Core and Shiva's
honestly, the best thing Viper can do now
Is
is
leave his keyboard?
Huh?
leave his keyboard when the team fight starts.
No. I think he can do a lot. I think he can just try and jump the Rubik. That's the best he can do. Asuna did get Jin at bottom.
It's like one useless hero killing another useless hero.
Yeah, I mean, that's what you want to do. Like, jump the Rubik, jump the ET, force Aeon discs, throw silence here and there. That's the best he can do. Instead of just dying without accomplishing too much, that's what I'd like to see him do in these fights.
Jin is buying an Abyssal Blade.
Built
Man,
it today
he searched
on-
for it.
I saw him build it on the Nature's Prophet as well.
Yeah, I
Okay,
remember
so
this.
this time it's got 3. No, please, where's the static stop? Okay, it's on Death, but where's the fire?
Accept.
Death is controlled, Death is going to die! The Astral wasn't there, they brought down the Gyrocopter. Swissmoy, with the refresher shot, does drop 1 Sanity's Eclipse. He's going to bring down Nyx. The Viper will fall as well, he's chasing for Asuna. He's got 28 Stolen Intelligence. Jane giving chase with the Rolling Boulder. The Boulder Smash doesn't connect. Falling slowly, moves forward. He's got the Blood Thought. He's got the Nullifier. They'll deal with the Earth Spirit. They're trying to deal with the OD as well. The Glimpse, really short. But the Astral should be more than enough to deal with Susmai. But Susmai blinks away. You can't beat it. Blinks forward, gets Hex. The Ensnare coming through, and here's Stats with the BKB, with the Satanic. But he's not winning this fight. The Lifestealer just doing too much. Infests in a creep, hides among the dire creep wave, while Susmai as well as the Elder Titan move forward for more deaths. Gets himself a double, deals with both the Nyx Assassin as well as the Disruptor. Buybacks coming up from the side of Cullies and falling slowly. He's being controlled. He's down for 111 seconds. He buys back as well. Cullies, I mean, the only reason the structures are standing is because they were all bought back.
And then the Lifestealer, he had his Radiance on for the whole fight, so Gyrocopter, he was landing most of his attacks. I mean, he does have an MKB, but even then, gives you 75% accuracy. It doesn't give you true strike anymore.
Right.
So there was still a chance that his survivability is boosted there because of
And-
the evasion and the
And
Radiance
Susmai
shots.
kind of didn't use the Astral to save his Gyrocopter. It was Song in the Static Storm only on deaths. Susmai was outside the Static Storm. And I didn't see the Astral come through this
Outside
time.
the
There is an
platform,
Astral.
falling
Deaths,
slowly.
he's got to be careful. Again, there's the Static Storm. The Song used, immediately switched off. Deaths trying to man up with the Satanic. Will end up falling. That's 130 seconds without him. He doesn't have buyback. The Elder Titan falls as well. Animals. He's got a buyback, but the Cullies. I mean, do they Roshan or do they just march down mid?
I think
They
they just
could.
marched down mid.
No, I mean, Roshan is really low. They can actually do it and march down mid. Bottom, the tier 3 is fallen. There should be at least 2 lanes of flags maybe for the Cullies.
Oh boy.
Aegis.
This is the
refresh
fifth Roshan of
start.
the game. By the
Absolutely.
way.
And then
The
moving.
Nagas-
How does the Council defend without the Gyrocopter? He's been
It's gonna be
the
difficult. But
primary source of damage for the Council in all these team fights.
they
the
can
OD
delay the push if they want because they have Polar Smash and they have Elder Titan Stomp. They can also throw out the Earth Split if they need to, and it's only a 75-second cooldown, so they can actually clear an entire creep wave almost with the
think-
Boulder Smash and the Earth Splitter.
Well, I think the Cullies will push the way mid and just segue bottom. Storm though is trying to hold on to that creep wave, falling slowly. He's got enough to chew through that pact of protection. The Meteor Hammer channel, Glyph not coming through from the Council. They lose their melee barracks mid, and Ryzel just hold his ground, falling slowly, moves up top. 47 seconds until Death respawns. The Council lineup not that great at dealing with Mega Creeps' song. Coming through from Asuna. Static Storm onto Susma. He's got his PKB. They need that nullifier. They've got the Orchid coming through. They are controlling this OD. They will bring him down. What, 21 seconds without him? But he has got buyback. Another Static Storm on the ready for Zeal. And that is an Ag Static Storm. Susma blinks forward. You can't beat it. Goes in for the Impale. Doesn't quite connect. OD BKB not being used to much effect. And there's the Static Storm. The Ag Scepter from Zeal. This Disruptor. He's made all the difference here. And the Cullies, they're going to get another lane of barracks up top. They could move for the bottom lane of barracks. They could go for the jugular. They've got the Aegis.
Bottom lane though.
Yeah. The barracks are going to fall. The glyph coming from the top. They want to fight. Deaths is here. He's got the flak cannon. Quick in snare stolen by Lost Rider coming through. Kinetic field controlling most of them. The call down is there. Rizal will end up falling. You can't beat it. Chilling in the council's blaze. Just throw out impales every now and then. They've still got the Aegis. How do the council defend this? They have got... What the hell? Falling slowly. What the hell was he doing? I don't know, but
does
look
not
at
have
this.
buyback.
Asuna commits the Meteor Hammer, gets the melee barracks as well.
Falling slowly doesn't have buyback. They can just battle down mid and try to win the game.
I don't know if they... Do they know this?
They should know this. Lifestealer did buyback for the last fight and then the Gyrocopter bought back.
Can they though? I mean... Ugh.
Well, they have flag cannon, they certainly can. The first wave of Mega Creeps is out. The Gyrocopter needs to reach mid before it kills the creep wave. That's their only chance of winning this game. Looks like he realizes it. He's gonna sell that and he's gonna... He just sold a Sanj and Yashin about a rapier.
That's it.
He's all in.
He is. The council, have they got enough to take
do
down
have
these
fortification on the side of the Cullies though. So it is gonna be hard. You
and
also have the Axe Statics
do have
that
the
you need
song.
to watch out for.
They do have the song as well.
Yeah.
The song is gonna buy them a lot of time.
Yeah, it's up to Jin to find the Disruptor and make sure he doesn't get a Static Storm off. Disruptor, he doesn't have buyback either, so if he gets caught out, this might just be game. He's playing way far back in the fountain, he doesn't want to get spotted
They've
at all.
gone in, the glyph coming out, the Impale not doing too much, Lost Rider trying to control them, there's the song. Holds the council in place, that's his there. They've committed the Static Storm, they're looking for the Impale, stolen Static Storm coming out from Lost Rider, but he doesn't have an Ag Scepter. Jin still healthy, that's focusing the tier 4s, pops his BKB, the flak cannon pounding away on the next assassin, that's dropping low, fails to take down the tier 4, but elsewhere, they have turned someone into stone. The Lotus Orb will proc, Asuna still alive, kinetic field coming out, Impale from You Can't Beat It, but he's been controlled, the telekinesis is there, that's dropping low, really low, and here comes the Viper, the cores have arrived, they'll bring down the Gyrocopter, this is it. The council, I mean, come on. I don't think they can. They're still playing.
They're not gonna
They've got Animal, the Impale whiffs, the Meteor Hammer might not connect, but they are going to bring down Animal. And Animal is going to be dealt with. Only the OD and the Earth Spirit alive. Mega Creeps marching through space. And OD, not the best when it comes to wave clear here.
Chin, he's gonna try to hold. He doesn't want to give up just so easily. OD as well, he's managed to find the double damager and he's just defending his base. They're not gonna give up until the throne falls. True spirit of Dota followed by council here.
I'm expecting song into structures. Yep, there it is. Asuna goes in. Impale is there. Zeal will throw out one last Static Storm. Wait, what? How did he get the BKB off? That is an Ag Static Storm, but either way they lost Jin. OD will fall, Jin will buy back. Council will fight until the very end.
Jin.
But that one death on deaths without the buyback resulted in the council losing this game. What a fantastic game. 75 minutes of Dota. Made up for all that lost CSGO time. And had some quality plays from both the Radiant and the Dire. Anyway, folks, that's it as far as the Dota 2 broadcast is concerned for the day. I'm Vivek. With me is Floki. You can find me at facebook.com/VWEWAKE casting. Floki, what's your social media?
Okay, so you can find me on Floki Dota at Facebook, and that's pretty much it.
That's it from both of us. The ESL India Prem runs throughout the year. Do hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel so that you get a notification every time we go live. Thank you so much for tuning in, and over to the analyst panel to break down this game and take you through the rest of this day. This is Vivek and Floki signing out.
Okay then. Okay, I've been informed the game has ended after 74 minutes and multiple mistakes later.
Yeah.
Even TI matches don't go this long.
I wouldn't call them mistakes. I would just call them
mistakes.
Safety precautious gameplay.
No, you don't call them safety precaution gameplays. There's nothing called. You have mega creeps. You're still going for the heroes. God damn it! End it.
Yes.
End it. Please have some mercy. Sure. Okay. Public announcement to you guys. From my side, personally, I appreciate you guys putting in the effort. Personally. But trust me, you guys stay awake the entire night to play. Not all of us have to stay awake the entire night. Let's have some mercy on the fellow people also, right?
I think teams just need to get... this game, there was no GT to be called because they both were going simultaneous. One minute the gyro was in lead, one minute the lifestealer. And I feel the only mistake that Council really made was mid-game, they had a fantastic lead. Because early game, we had the lifestealer who was beyond godlike. And then they switched it and Council was able to take that lead from them because they were aiming the lifestealer first before any other hero. And I think that was what kind of changed by the time they moved into the much later stage of the game. And then it just came down to which carry would go down first. And I think it was a neck-to-neck battle. At the end of the day, fantastic game to watch for people at home who have just been ending their day with Dota 2. But for you, you seem very frustrated. But I
am totally chuffed as a bag of nuts to see this absolutely nutty game.
Yeah.
Zilch effort. This game could have ended in a short span of 40 minutes.
It could have, but then
even earlier.
It could have.
No, but then again, sure, God did not make breaks. God did not make breaks. Yeah. Man made breaks. Their characters and heroes don't know what breaks are. They just go run into towers randomly. That's what they do.
I think
I play better Dota sometimes, man.
Let's not get to how good each of us play before we close the ESL India Premiership.
I would have made this game end in like, what, 20 minutes. Sure.
I think that's what defines players who just never want to give up and want to keep pushing till the end. I think and Cullies proved it today that as long as you have that positive...
It's called being egoistic.
It's called knowing that when you can win, if you've done the calculations in your head, you can make a mistake, but
after 74 minutes, please tell me, dear lady, what calculations are you going to put?
Well, I think
everybody's got buybacks. Everybody's got the gold.
That's Dota 2 for you.
Oh my God.
Anyway, on that note, I think we should close the desk and let everybody go to sleep.
Yes, please. I need to have my dal chawal. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we have on day 3 of the ESL India Premiership 2018 Summer Season Masters League. Brought to you by Women by HP, HyperX and Intel, and presented to you by Nodwin Gaming and ESL. This is me, your host, Vagish Godslayer Bhan, and
Angela saying goodbye to you.
We'll catch you again tomorrow.